Huh?
Hi, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, y'all. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? What's going on? If you're new to our channel, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
This is Lamar,
And this is Angela.
and we're Lamar and Angela. Welcome to our channel. We are happy to have you here.
Yes, we are.
Today is the first of
It's
the
first
month.
of the month. First of the month.
Okay,
Get your
almost.
paychecks.
No, stop it. Ah!
Get up, get up, get up. It's the first of the month.
Okay, he's getting there almost. It's our first of the month live. Every month, Lamar and I go live with you all to just kind of entertain a topic of the day, whatever was on our mind, et cetera, et cetera. We are two expats living in Mexico, living life abundantly
Yes.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
We joined the Mexican family in 2022.
Yeah.
And we have been here ever since, living and loving our lives, because at one point in time, we decided to find out what John 10:10 means.
Yes.
John 10:10 is the enemy comes to seek to kill and destroy. But I have had life. I've come that you have life
abundantly.
Yes, and have life abundantly. What does that mean?
Yes.
And so we set out on a quest to find that out. And each and every month, we do go live sharing our journey, sharing what's on our heart, sharing new stuff that we have encountered. Y'all, oh my God, it's just been so busy in these last couple of months. How's your shoulder feeling?
Shoulder feels better and better every day.
If you were here last month, you saw that Lamar had just had rotator cuff surgery here in Mexico.
Yep. And the first physical therapy was okay. It was, pretty mild. But the last two, oh, that man was killing me. He was stretching and pulling and rubbing and twisting and popping. And it was just moving around. And it's feeling better, a lot looser. But when I'm working it in those exercises, it gets fatigued real quick. Real quick, but I'm looking forward to my shoulder coming back to full strength and full range of motion in the next 2 to 3 months. And I'm going to work real hard at it.
See, I'm not saying anything because initially it was my shoulder that had to have the issue. And I was going to physical therapy over my shoulder. And there was somebody in the room that was talking about, get her.
No, I wasn't saying get her. I was saying just the doctor said to move that shoulder aggressively. That's what he told them to do.
You ain't moving it hard enough.
No, I didn't say that.
Get her.
Nope, didn't say it, but
he did.
Didn't I?
He did.
Okay.
Okay, so you know us. We don't like to keep you for a long time, but we do like to have a good time. So this topic today,
recent current events,
has been on them. I mean, oh my goodness. A lot of people, a lot of our friends, a lot of our family, a lot of you all have been asking the question about how is it in Mexico? Just recently, within the last month or so, there have been 2, maybe 3 protests in Mexico City that have been directed toward foreigners.
Right.
–
Foreigners causing problems.
Not just Americans, by the way. It's that when they say foreigners, they're meaning everybody.
Yes.
Everybody in them. Big Mama too.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to come on and talk about it, give you the real skinny, give you the real deal. We're going to do that. We're going to give you the real deal situation about what's happening here with boots on ground and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the topic, as you saw from the title of our live, is talking about the concerns with Mexican people about gentrification, about being pushed out of neighborhoods and pushed out of being able to rent or purchase land or homes.
Well, that's kind of what gentrification is. I
Yeah.
mean, if we're really talking about gentrification, I mean, that happens everywhere. So it's
Yeah.
not even just a Mexico type thing. It
Right.
happens in the United States. It's happening back in DC, back in our hometown. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's been happening for eons, as
yeah,
my parents would say.
right. But what's the deal here
Here.
in Mexico? First, let me say this, just to keep it balanced and just to keep it in perspective. When we talk about one protest, two protests in Mexico City, you really aren't saying too much from the standpoint that every year there are probably over 3,000 protests. No joke. That's not even hyperbole. Protests. There's like maybe 8 or 9 or different protests possibly going on a day.
A day.
For every day. They're protesting something in Mexico City. Protesting the sidewalks are not, you're not allowing enough trees and there are too many sidewalks. They're protesting a lot. Some stuff they're protesting that is serious, governmental corruption or matricide, femicide, those types of things. Serious stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that they would get around to talking about y'all foreigners.
Y'all foreigners. And there's a smaller story on foreigners that I saw the other day, and that was in the paper, that they are not happy about expats and their attire when they go to restaurants.
Ooh. Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
and it's about the fact of wearing flip-flops or sandals along with shorts and non-dress shirts.
Right. Okay.
And so that is, they're talking about fining people.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
It's just, there are different things and different perspectives that I mean, if you've seen me, I wear shorts a lot.
Yes, you do.
It's because of the climate and the temperature here. It's a lot more comfortable. As a matter of fact, I just talked to one of the people who comes here to help with things around the house and asked them about this. And they were like,
so what was the protest about with regard to what you wear in restaurants?
Well, they believe that from a cultural standpoint, when you come to eat in certain restaurants, that you should be dressed appropriately with.
They consider pants.
Not just jeans, but some kind of dress pants or something like that.
I've seen that a lot. I've seen that, or have heard that a lot, that a lot of people who are from Mexico typically don't wear shorts, they wear pants. And you do see that. It'd be blazing hot outside.
As a matter of fact, his daughter said that when they go to the grocery store, they will dress up.
Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell y'all. Our very first month here in Mexico, this is the first time I ever noticed it, ever really paid attention to it. We were up in San Miguel de Allende for our anniversary, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
We were up in San Miguel de Allende, and we stopped at a grocery store called City Market. Now, if you're from Mexico, or if you have lived in Mexico or been to Mexico, if you know, you know.
City Market is.
We went in there, and I was like, "Oh my! I'm suddenly feeling undressed." They was together.
Yes, they were
at the grocery store. I was like, "Oh my!"
But if you've ever been, City Market is a very elegant.
Yeah.
Grocery
it's fancy.
Store. It's very fancy.
They fancy
up in there.
Yeah, they are fancy. So I kind of thought, okay, well, maybe it was just because we were at City Market and and all that kind of thing.
But there's subsidiaries, or there are others like La Comer.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, they kind of they
same thing.
They don't come in there looking bummy. So I try.
Yes.
I try not to come looking a hot mess or whatever. I try.
So
but I still feel very underdressed.
Yeah.
If I were to wear like this my top and my yoga pants, and my tennis shoes, I would still, I'm,
Yeah.
I feel a little, uh, you know, I wouldn't get it here at our local grocery store. They know us, or at least they recognize us. They can't. I'm 6 feet tall, y'all. Y'all can't.
Yeah.
Y'all see her. Y'all see her. Yeah. Okay. It's that black lady. Yeah. It's her. So they know or what have you. Ugh. But I
Yeah.
kind of think that might be to
It's
dress like they.
yeah.
You can't be
Now,
showing off your legs.
so there, and they have so if it's more of a formal restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they expect. But I mentioned like Boston's
Boston's Pizza.
Pizza or Longhorn. That's casual dining, and
It's not Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse.
I'm sorry, Texas Roadhouse. That you can come in casual, but if you go into a restaurant that is more of your sit down, elegant, with the waiter that comes up or server with their
right
over there
with the thing over their shoulder with the napkin
over their arm, their forearm, So
we haven't been to many restaurants. You haven't taken to me to many restaurants like that.
We've been down Central, but there, So on to the subject matter.
Before we do, I see a friend in the comments. It's our
Alba.
girl. It's
Alba.
our girl. Hi, doll.
Hi.
Hi, doll. Jay, stop in. If y'all haven't said hello, don't be like that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Stop in. Say hi. Wave. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Let us know you in the place to be. Yeah, girl. I every now and then I kind of feel a need to want to go into a city market just to hobnob with the locals.
This will tell you the thing about city market is the city market closest to us is attached to Antia Mall.
Oh, right. One of the largest malls in Latin America. So, it's kind of like, I'm going in. It's an event. It's an event. But let's get back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Gentrification.
Ooh. So it's a thing. I put it like this to Angie, and she said it, repeated it back to me. But it's a question of what comes first, the chicken or the egg.
Right.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Right.
What is the catalyst? What is the effect? What is going on? What causes this?
Right.
So, and I actually asked a friend, lawyer, about this, and he had a mouthful on this.
Oh, did he?
Yes, and he was not happy about the fact that this is even a thing.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. As with most places in the world, the United States is or Mexico is no outlier. This happens in the States as well. When places decline and especially in property values and things of that nature, who gets left there? Who gets stuck there? But the poor. The poor get stuck in those areas, get stuck in those neighborhoods, etc. And 9 times out of 10, you are just struggling to get by. You're struggling to make ends meet. You're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. All of those things, right? And what normally happens within gentrification is people with money, doesn't matter what the color I'm saying, people with money will see these homes that have gone down, the neighborhoods that have gone down in value, and they'll be like, oh, wow, cool. Let me snap up one of those properties that's for sale. Or somebody just lost their home because it got foreclosed on. Let me snap up and get that as an investment or what have you. 9 times out of 10, it'll be an investment, but oftentimes it will be people who decide that, as in the case of DC, I'm tired of commuting out to the suburbs to come into the city to work.
Right.
This city house is right not too far from my job, and I can snap this house up for $100,000, and I can put, new this, new that, new everything in the place and make it livable for me.
Mhm.
And a lot of people do. They come into a neighborhood, they'll snap up a property, then because I'm making some money, my amount of money that I make based on compared to my neighbor's amount that they make
Right.
or whatever, I make more than what they do. So I can afford to come in and rip out or entirely gut
The kitchen.
this house or rip out the kitchen,
Kitchen.
do a whole new kitchen, add on an addition, put on a new roof, change the face of it, do all this kind of all this kind of stuff to the outside of it, which now brings the property value slightly up. Somebody else beside me may buy up another property. Some investor might buy up a property, do the same thing. And now all of a sudden, these property values
Start going up.
are starting to go up. Now, grocery stores that had previously left these areas because of the values declining, now suddenly want to come back into these neighborhoods and get back in, because now I've got all these people who have some money who may want to buy groceries sometimes. So then you start to see businesses coming back into the area, grocery stores coming back into the area,
schools
improving.
Like I saw in my neighborhood, improvement of community centers. They took an old community center and revamped it and made it brand new.
Right.
So they start putting money into these areas. The schools get better.
Exactly.
They start putting money into schools and making sure they have all the supplies and things like that, instruments for their music class. So it's a whole.
So values of the property that used to be around 100,000 are now 200, 300, 400, 500,000. People who used to live in that neighborhood, who could afford or barely afford it at 100, dang sure can't afford to go back into those neighborhoods at 4 or 5. So there we go. And now you have it. The rents for an apartment or the rents for a house in those neighborhoods are now sky high. And here we go.
Hi, Rick and Elise.
There they go. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Good to have you guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, have y'all experienced gentrification in your neck of the woods? Because we've seen it in our neck of the woods, definitely in DC. There are parts of DC where I used to be as a kid that I was driving down New York Avenue, getting ready to go into Maryland Avenue where my aunt lives, and I could barely recognize the place. This is a place where I used to play as a child.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even recognize the landmarks that used to be there, gone. New high-rise type buildings are there. What? I was down on H Street. Was like, what? I can't even recognize the place.
Sure.
Down in Southeast.
Yep.
Southeast, y'all. Southeast DC, where I was born. I couldn't even recognize the place, especially over there by the Navy Yard, or going in that direction.
Yeah.
I needed a map.
Yeah.
Just to know where I was, because all these new big highfalutin high rises are being built.
Somebody's playing Night Owl.
Who's playing Night Owl? Oh wow. Yeah, y'all. Oh, and y'all came to see us.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, y'all, listen. If you're in Querétaro, if you're going to be in Querétaro in September, I would make sure you're going to be in September around the end of the month, like September 27th. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
I that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in comparison to DC,
yes,
here we actually have witnessed what actually is, well, what comes first.
Oh, then what comes first?
Chicken or the egg?
Oh.
And chicken is landowners, landlords.
Yeah.
They are the chicken. They come first. So one of the things that our lawyer friend said to me was, he says,
our Mexican lawyer, by the way.
He says to me, what expat is coming to Mexico and going to rent a property?
Okay, so I know I'm sorry. Let me just let first. This is a pet peeve of mine. I've been triggered, y'all. Okay, so the issue that a lot of Mexicans, or not a lot, let me take
No,
that back.
that's a lot.
A lot of the protesters
Yes.
are complaining about is these foreigners come in here to Mexico, they raise the rents, and now we Mexicanos cannot afford to rent an apartment or rent a house.
Did you catch what she said? The foreigners are coming in and raising the rents. Okay, so that insinuates or says we're in control.
Right.
That we are driving this.
Right. Right. As if we can decide what you charge me for rent. And I don't know of nobody who's coming to Mexico saying, yes, I'll pay the higher rent, please. Charge me double.
Right.
Sure.
So
charge me double.
And that's what he said. He said, what expat is going to rent a property and they say it's 10,000 pesos a month.
I'll pay 20.
I'll pay 20.
What?
I'll pay 25. Nobody we are not doing that.
Nobody is doing that.
So where is the beginning of this? The landlord.
Right. The person who owns the
property
is the person who's telling us what the price is.
And because of our lack of knowledge and ignorance and not knowing what locals would normally pay.
You call it lack of knowledge. I call it a U.S. trauma. Okay. We are used to having to be gouged.
Right.
In the knife with rent. So if you're coming from the Bay Area and you're used to an apartment costing $3,000,
right,
or from New York, $3,000, and they tell you that the price is $1,000, you're like,
this has been
thank you.
This has been characterized as expat acceptance, meaning that we come in and see the price and go, oh, that's a bargain. They've raised the lease cost.
But the apartment really should be $600.
Right.
But they're charging you $1,000.
Right. So, and we're like, oh, in the States for this type of property, this is what I would be paying. Now I'm looking at this going, ooh, that's a bargain, when in actuality, it should be and has been in the past less.
Yeah. Right. I was right. Detroit is one of them areas too. And I remember at one point in time seeing whole homes in Detroit that were being sold, like compared to DC. I was like, I'm almost like, what's wrong with the house? What? $40,000 for a house? What?
Right.
Like, what is going? So I could see how an investor with at least some cash flow would go, oh, let me buy one of those houses and I'll come in and I'll fix the house up and rent it out. So how does that really, especially here,
right.
I don't know if the same could almost be said. Now, granted, there are people who come to Mexico, or in our case, a Mexican owns the building, owns the house,
right.
and buys the house as an investment, not to live in,
right,
but as an investment. And they turn around and rent to Americans or rent to foreigners or whomever at rates that are way higher than what the average Mexican can afford.
Right. So that raises it, which means that when a citizen or a local in this area sees that price and they come and try, they're like, I can't pay that.
I would say she left Detroit because the rent was too high in her. Girl. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
That is hilarious. But yeah, so you would find people who come to Mexico who want to come to have an abundant life, to have life abundantly, or just to live, just to be out of the rat race, who will get an apartment that rents for $600,
right,
and go, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I just want to First of all, I just want to find a decent place to live.
Sure.
And this place looks nice. You'll rent to me? Cool. 600? Okay. And they'll come on in. But is it really, this is the question I want to ask you, is it really my fault that you charge me 600 or 1,000 when you always charge like 350?
No, it's not my fault. And I'm not going to take responsibility.
It's not your fault, or is that whose fault is it? You, the landlord, Mr. Landlord, or is it my
you
fault?
Said I'm the landlord?
Yeah, you're the landlord. I'm
it's my fault. It's my fault because if I'm charging the regular rate, you're still making the same amount of money that you were making prior to me coming there.
But they see dollar signs.
But they see dollar signs and they see an opportunity. And
I could make twice as much with this guy, this American guy, or this Australian guy, or this, British chick. I can make twice as much money with her than I can a Mexicano. Get out of here, Mexicano. I mean, I got to get the coin.
Right. So in a lot of cases, what we're seeing right now is that there are homes here that are going unsold.
Yeah.
Or not rented because of
all over Mexico.
All over Mexico.
Here,
and our personal experience, and this is a true story. The original place that we lived,
the very first house. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. We'll put the link in the description below to check out the very first house. We
were losing people. So not losing people, but our son was leaving to go to college.
Oh yeah, the house was beautiful.
Beautiful.
The house was beautiful. Now let me tell you to say this also. The house was beautiful when we first. If you catch our first House Hunter series, look for, what do we call it? The Regal Regency. Look for the one called the Regal Regency. I think it's number 7 or something like that. That house. But again, I'll link it below. When we first went in to see that house, it needed a little bit of work.
Yeah, it was a little messy, trash all over the place.
Dog poop on the floor.
It needed some, and Angela does a fantastic job of turning a Salzier into.
I do?
Yeah.
Wow.
She does a really wonderful job. But the thing about it is, and I go in there and I change things around so that we have.
And he does a wonderful job bringing the technology to the door. Bringing the technology. So he completely rewired the house, our own dime.
Right.
Did all of the work to turn that house.
We couldn't exist. The kids were in school.
Exactly. Turn that house into a smart house. So we're improving your home. But we digress.
Yeah.
The main point is it turned around to time to renew our lease.
Right. Because we saw and said, well, and just to give it was 2 houses put together, a small house and a little house.
Check out the video.
We didn't need the smaller house since we,
Well, we could have kept it. Y'all, some of you stayed in our Airbnb. We loved to have the Airbnb, but we thought, you know what? Now that our son is leaving for college, our oldest daughter has already found her apartment down in Mexico City. And, she's moved out completely, took her stuff and all that kind of stuff. She's on her own. And we weren't long for our third child. She was, finishing up high school. So it was like, wow, will we really need this space, this large space for just the 2 of us? I mean,
and our puppies.
It could only be so much running around naked that you can do. So we kind of decided or thought, maybe we should downsize right about, take advantage of this time that when everybody is up and getting ready to go, maybe we should consider to downsize. Also, one of our other expat friends here in Querétaro told us that, you might want to take a look to see what else is out there because home rental prices for family homes has started to come down.
Yeah.
So we thought, oh, okay, but Lamar was like, I hate moving.
Who wants to move? It's a pain in the butt.
It is.
So we invited our landlord and his wife.
Key point, with your wife.
With your wife.
Because you will probably tell us that I gotta, this is a team effort. I gotta talk to my wife. So bring the wife. Let's cut the noise. Let's bring the wife. Let's have the conversation.
Right.
Okay.
He comes there that Saturday with his youngest daughter.
Okay.
Okay, well, what are you doing? So he comes in there, sits down, and we
forgot a major important thing.
What's that?
It was time to renew our
lease. Yes.
And he wanted to increase the rent by 15,000 pesos.
Right.
15,000. Not that. That's just ridiculous. For what?
Right.
For what?
Here's the thing. You're raising it that amount when here's the culture on rentals, just real quick. They relinquish any and all responsibility for repairs and fix-ups and things like that.
You do all the repairs.
You do all the repairs.
Just shy of the major stuff. Like the roof or some huge structural defect.
And he kept saying, referring to it, this is your house. Okay. This not time for the Jedi mind trick. Okay, dude. So when he kept saying that, I was like, stop. So they earn free money. They don't have any responsibility to do anything. They don't have to lift a finger. But yet you're going to raise the rent 15,000 pesos.
Plus you wanted us to pay you in cash under the table.
Right.
So oops, did I say it out loud?
Yeah,
oops.
Right.
You wanted us to pay you in cash under the table. And you did not want, and we were never late.
Right.
Always on time. Always had your money. Always took care of your house. So we were like, why is it that you want to raise the rent? I mean, what?
So we're sitting there talking with him and told him what we needed. He made some disclosure about the fact that he and his wife thought about wanting to move back. And then he says, his wife wanted
they were scoping our Airbnb
and then he
part
said,
of our property.
And if we come back, can you
just leave it just like that? We'll take all of your
furniture. It's like, and she wanted the office, which was the pass through where my office was and my hobby stuff and things like that. And we're like, whoa, dude, time out. Where am I going to put my stuff? Well, that's what it is. And, by the way,
no, this is what he did. This was the seal of death. I'm sorry. This is what he did. So we were sitting down and he pulls out his cell phone and he's like, well, I see that some of the other houses in this exclusive development, they are asking 95,000 pesos a month.
Right. Put that into your conversion, because he said there's some that are asking 70, 75, 80, 85, 90,000 pesos. I'm like, whoa, dude, wait.
I was like, well, what that got to do with us?
Right.
We not paying no 95,000 pesos. I mean, come on. This is like, at the time, it was like maybe $4 or $5,000 a month plus utilities. You must be out your mind.
That's 40 right now. Today's conversion is $4,700 a month.
That's for 90,000.
That's 90,000 pesos. No, not doing that. Lost your mind. So
he said he was going to think about it.
Right.
Think about it. Going to go home, talk to his wife, all that kind of thing. Bad mistake.
Right.
Bad mistake. After about a week. And we're still waiting for him to respond. We send him an email or a text message saying, hey, what's the deal?
Right.
Nothing. Unread. I was like, it's time to do the bankhead bounce. It's time to do the bankhead bounce. It's time to bounce. And that's exactly what we did.
Yep.
And his house is still vacant.
Today, it's been 2
going
years.
On. It's been 2 years.
It's going to hit 3 years.
About to enter year three. Your house is still vacant because you playing games.
Right.
This is what we're talking about when we're talking about gentrification from the standpoint of the landlord being greedy. Just plain greedy. So how do we as foreigners fix this thing called gentrification?
The thing about it is, it's just having someone who will be honest and forthright with regard to what the prices should be in a community, and not rely on the actual manager or the real estate agent who may not be on the up and up with regard to the prices. And
I think it's important to have connection in the community. Get boots on ground would be best.
Yes, but
Boots
you need
on
to
ground would
talk to
really be best,
somebody
but you
who
still need to be in connection with some
Somebody-
community,
community.
either Mexicanos that or wherever. This really applies anywhere.
Right.
Be in connection with the communities there to find out what are the going rates in Milenio, in El Refugio, in Cemetario, in Juriquilla, in Los Lomas. What are the actual going rates for a 2-bedroom apartment, a 3-bedroom house, a this size square foot property?
Right.
What are the going rates in a particular area so you won't get got? Because I really feel that we as foreigners coming to, in our case, Mexico, but coming anywhere, you kind of don't feel savvy enough to be able to argue and haggle down and be like, if someone were coming to the DC area or coming to PG, coming to Prince George's County.
We already know.
We already know how much that's supposed to cost.
That's about us being in the know.
So I could tell someone if they were coming and they were trying to rent a 2-bedroom apartment privately, and the 2-bedroom, they was like, oh yeah, they're going to charge me $4,000. $4,000? What?
Not in that area. Where?
And boy, girl,
right.
Tell him to kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? You have somebody who can at least give you some real skinny on how much the thing costs, so that you, as the foreigner, won't get got.
Right.
And then maybe perhaps if they see that foreigners are not coming to that area and paying that price, then perhaps rents will be able to go down. The second thing, foreigners aren't, or persons here in Mexico, if you have a temporary residency, and I believe maybe even a permanent resident, you're not allowed to protest.
No, you're not.
So we're not allowed to take to the streets talking about, no gringo prices, because gringo prices are what they typically charge a foreigner as soon as they spot you out and check out that you're a foreigner. Right. Whereas the regular local could come in and ask to try to buy mangoes and get 3 kilos for 50 pesos.
Right.
The foreigner comes in, wants to buy some mangoes, and it's 300 pesos. Oh, okay. 3 kilos, 300 pesos. Oh, okay. That's how much it costs. Okay.
Because you don't know any better.
And they saw you looking all cute and American. They saw you. They saw you coming. They heard you open your mouth. So, yeah. Now, I will say this though.
Right.
We were told when we got here that if you just be quiet, don't say anything, you might be able to get the local price.
Yeah.
And that's worked for me a couple times.
Yeah.
If I just be quiet, if I don't say anything, they usually think I'm Haitian, which means you poor sheep. That's just how they said.
Abba gives a good price. It's a city policy issue as well.
And
correct.
It would be nice, perhaps, if the government starts imposing some laws or regulations about how much a landlord can increase your rent by. They can't just arbitrarily increase. Right. I hear that it's supposed to be tied to inflation, that they can't go beyond inflation. I don't know if that's true.
And this may be part of the reason why they say pay me under the table. So they can't track.
Oh, that's a good point.
They can't track that. They don't know. They don't know if you pay me cash under the table.
Wow.
And in the end, we finally got, because, going to the bank and getting cash for rent, it's dangerous. So we finally got the landlord.
Dangerous. It each and every time it happened, we didn't experience any issue, but it felt hella unsafe.
Yeah.
Pulling out all this money out of the ATM in pesos and walking around with a stack in your pocket. Like you
Right.
come in, I'm feeling kind of like I'm not exactly trying to be out here with all this cash.
Right.
And I'm about to, somebody could get me. I'm not feeling very safe right here. I'm not feeling very secure right here. So it's a good thing for us in our current rental situation that our landlord lets us pay electronically. So
Yes,
okay,
yes,
good. Thank
yes.
you.
It's much more convenient. It's
It's easier.
easier.
Oh,
But we know firsthand, and we've seen it, and we've heard from others, the very same thing that we're talking about with regard to exorbitant rates with regard to rental.
right. We got lucky in that the house that we're renting was almost half as much as what we were paying previously.
Right.
And we know, at least I know, because I keep track of rental properties and housing properties. That's the thing I like to do. That if we decided to downsize yet even further, we could probably cut this house note or rent note
Yeah.
in half again.
Right.
But, Lamar doesn't like to move, and I get it, and and we're
Yeah.
home, and we feel home here.
Yeah.
So.
It's and if we decided to move now, I'm not in any kind of shape from this bad boy.
Did you
Oh
expect us? Did
no,
you expect
no,
moi to tote a box?
no. We would hire a moving company for sure.
Okay. I was about to say, y'all.
So, but yeah. So, there was something that I talked about this that I looked up, and it explains it very well, and the fact that how they, as you said, size us up, see us as know that we don't know,
right,
and they see it as an opportunity,
right,
to make money. You asked the question, how do we combat that? Well, we're kind of doing something right now by putting this information out there to make people aware of the fact that this does happen.
And it also takes you staying on your game because,
right.
For example, when we came to rent this particular property, one of the draws that got us in to, that lured us in. Number one, it was vacant.
Right.
Number two, can we move in like now?
Right.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. And then number three, it was a 2-year lease, not a 1-year lease, but a 2-year lease with an option to renew and no increase at the time of renewal.
Right.
What? Say less.
Right.
But the third or fourth thing that was just kind of the icing on the cake was that the owner would be interested in selling it to us.
Right.
And so we thought, okay, well, let's check it out. Let's see how we feel. Let's check it out, and let's put a pin or pause in that and see where we are in, a month or two time, or see just how, if we even like the house. Cause
like the area.
Exactly.
Like being in this particular.
Well, turns out we do like it. We do like the area. We do like the neighborhood. We love the house, etc. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about, possibly buying your house and making it ours. Here again is where you get the greedy landlord or realtor. I'm not sure who is being greedy, but the price that they're trying to inflate the house up. Now, mind you, like I said, I watch the market to see what's going on around us, what prices are being priced at, things like that, just to see what are they asking over here? What are they asking over here? What's going on? And so the price that he was trying to quote us to sell us this house was ridiculously high.
Yeah.
I was like, sir, you're out of bounds. You're out of bounds. I almost was slightly offended. I was a little offended. And if you're watching this, shame on you. Shame on you, because you are way too high. You're high. You're high. If you'd come down, come down to something more reasonable that other houses were going, because also you have to compete with, I could buy some land and build my own piece of house, and the house would be still cheaper than what you talking, would be way cheaper than what you talking about.
Right.
So yeah, that was kind of a okay, well, no. No. We're not going to that.
No.
Not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
No.
So at this point, we can say with some measure of security in that we probably won't be buying the house unless they have a come to Jesus moment.
Right. Yeah.
Unless they have some sort of moment where I'm wrong. And they come back and say, yeah, we're not gonna, yeah, okay, we were tripping. How about this? Then let's have a conversation after that point. But
Yeah.
no, it was wrong.
Yeah. So we've seen it. It's misplaced.
Mm-hmm.
This whole
It is.
thing of these protests. Even there are Mexicans who I've spoken to about this, and that's how they feel. They're like, no,
Yeah.
no, that is totally incorrect. No one, I know you guys aren't coming in here asking to pay more for property.
Let me overpay.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
let me completely be underwater.
Right.
Buying a house that wasn't valued at that much. And here's the other thing. Here's the thing that I had to also correct the realtor on. In the US, we're lucky to have a multiple listing system, an MLS system, that not only gives the price of, or tracks the price of what the owner was originally asking, but it also tracks any price lowering.
Right.
And it also gives you what it actually sold for.
Yep.
Because what they asked and what they sold for could be dramatically different.
Yes.
So here in Mexico, there's not really a clear, easy way other than going down to the courthouse and trying to research records and stuff like that. But who has time for that? There's no clear, easy way to find out how much a house was asking, how much they were asking, how much, they may have had to, how many times they had to lower it, how long it'd been on the market, all that kind of stuff. And then what they actually accepted for the house, which again, could be what they asked for up here and what they got was down here. Mm-hmm. We have no way of actually knowing. So how do you do a true comparison? All you're doing by doing their comparisons, by doing their comps, is just seeing what all the other people are asking and going, well, I'll ask that too. Oh, you going to ask $1 million? Hey, I'm going to ask $1 million too.
Yeah.
But your house is not worth, none of y'all's houses is worth $1 million.
Right.
And so you may eventually get to sell it, but you may sell it for 120.
Right.
Not $1 million.
Right.
120. That's what you got.
But you won't see that.
Right. So all the houses still asking $1 million. They still asking $1 million. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, all those houses over in the previous neighborhood that were asking the large amount, they're still sitting vacant.
Yeah.
Still sitting vacant because nobody is coming, especially expats. Because as they say, we have the money with regard to the US dollar coming in. But really, you think we're fools that we're going to come in here and pay $47, almost $5,000 a month?
Especially when the exchange rate goes up
and down
and down and up and down. You could start off by paying, the exchange rate causes your rent to be $1,000, maybe maybe $1,200,
right,
or so. But let the orange, as Halisi calls them, the melon felon. Let the melon felon cause some issues in the economy,
right?
And that $1,200 may easily go to $2,000 or $2,500 for the same apartment.
Right. Now, the amount that you agreed to pay the landlord stays the same, but that exchange rate is killing you.
And not to mention, if they decide that they want you to rent in cash,
right?
Getting that kind of money out. Child, I mean, my gosh, my God, on today.
Yeah.
Oof,
crazy.
It is crazy.
Stuff.
It is crazy. But I hear you, Mexicanos. I hear you.
Yes.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain because it isn't fair. It wouldn't be fair. And I love that the government has at least protected Mexicans from the standpoint of ownership on the shorelines, this lucrative, beautiful beachfront property You have to be a citizen in order to buy that.
Right.
I love that. Love that for them. Want to keep that. And I even as a foreigner would be in support of any laws or regulations that help protect Mexicanos from having to deal with that kind of thing.
If they put regulations and laws in to regulate the rental costs and keep it
Right.
where it's supposed to be, that would help the Mexicanos, the locals.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I can see somebody in the real estate front wanting to fight against that because they're like,
Of course.
I want that money. I want a whole stop. You need to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be honest about this.
Very true.
You can't keep gouging people because this is kind of like when there's a holiday or when I went to a Formula One Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And the hotels would raise the price. I mean, a Red Roof Inn for
Not the Red Roof Inn.
for $800-900 a night.
Stop lying.
No, I'm not lying.
A Red Roof Inn for
Yes.
$900 a night?
Yes, and the mayor of Indianapolis had to come out and beg and plead with
For the
hotel
Red Roof Inn?
to ask the hotel management and owners, stop, because you're killing us.
Let me stop with the Red Roof Inn. Not that I haven't stayed at a Red Roof Inn. I'm not even saying that. But $900?
Yes.
No.
Ridiculous.
No.
Ridiculous. So this is what's happening here. They see money coming in and they're like, ooh, I'm going to get rich.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases, they're cutting their nose off to spite their face.
Right.
They are hurting themselves because everybody's looking at their price, and people who are looking at it from the standpoint of, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right to me that you're going to ask me to pay $4,700 for this place a month. There's no way I'm going to do that. That's foolish.
Here's the other part to this that is kind of, Mexico has kind of shot themselves in the foot. When you are coming to Mexico or when you are seeking residency, permanent or temporary, they have a formula that they raise every year because the formula is tied to the Mexican minimum wage.
Yeah.
It's tied to minimum wage. And Mexico raises its minimum wage for their people every year. I love that. We love that. But you've made a formula that is based on minimum wage for the gringo coming in.
Right.
The problem is the formula that you have set for people coming in goes up every year, but the amount of money that is actually needed to live is still down here. So I'm raising the bar every year, causing this serious gap. That causes so now the person coming in is having to show that I make $5,000 a month,
right,
or $5,500 a month. But really, realistically, you don't need that. You don't need half as that to live comfortably here in Mexico.
right.
So now you've kind of put the dynamics in a place where the people coming in have had to show that they got the money. And Mexico's reasoning behind that is that, okay, so you come here, you can be self-sufficient. You won't have to be
living on
the Mexican dime or having to tap into Mexican social services.
Right.
I get that. That's fine. However, me being able to ball out at $5,500 a month means that people coming into Mexico are now, the foreigners coming into Mexico are being able to show that they got some money,
right,
which inevitably causes a separation between the regular average everyday Mexicano that doesn't make anywhere close to that,
right,
versus the digital nomad who comes in and has this high income and can now,
and that's
wheel and deal.
One of the other complaints is the fact that we're making them, US dollars, but we don't pay any kind of income tax. Well, if you can get the United States to say they live there, we'll
We won't charge them tax. Yeah,
taxes.
good
And
luck with that.
yeah, and they don't pay taxes in
Good
Mexico.
luck with that.
That ain't happening.
Right.
So I don't know how they get past that point with regard to the tax thing. Now,
Here's the other thing. Digital or foreigners coming here to Mexico as a permanent or temporary resident or what have you, you can't get a job as a temporary resident. You can't get a job without having a certain type of visa.
Right.
Because in order to get a job, the employer, the Mexican employer, has to prove that you're not taking this job away from a Mexican.
Right, exactly.
So that automatically shows up in, foreigners having to, bring their own type of income, bring their own job from online or overseas to be able to do that here, which means they're going to get paid in USD,
Right.
which means there's going to be you see what I'm saying? It's a never ending cycle of
so that's
hotness.
the income tax is one thing, but they're also saying that we don't contribute. But in actuality, we do. We buy goods and services, from appliances to furniture to cars,
Yeah.
and all kinds of services. So we do pay sales tax and things like that. It's the income tax that they're frustrated about. I can't help you with that.
We can't help them with that.
We can, but as far as
you try telling Donald Trump to not collect our tax dollars and give it to Mexico, you try that.
Right. He's not.
I'll wait.
Right.
I'll wait.
But regulating landlords and what they are asking and charging for rent and things like that, that would be a thing that could possibly be fixed.
I think so too.
By Mexican government to curtail any kind of gouging, any type of I'm going to gringo this person and try to get more money out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
you can't tell who the gringos are in Lisbon until you open your mouth. True.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
That's
here.
the fastest way to get gringoed here too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's frustrating for me because the blame is being put on us when it's not.
It is.
It's not us that's causing it because we don't own it.
Right.
If we owned it, then it would be a different thing.
Yeah.
But we don't own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And we could now. This is a free market, and if Americans are coming to Mexico and buying property, we saw that in San Miguel.
Yeah.
People buying properties and renting them out on Airbnb.
Right.
Because this is their snowbird home.
Right.
So half the year they come and spend it in Mexico, and then the other half they go back to Canada.
Right.
And during that time that they're in Canada, they rent the property out here, and they're following what other houses or properties are renting in that area, what the current market is. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not trying to price something exorbitantly out of bounds for comparably the same thing. So you're going with what all the other houses are. But the problem is that when somebody else raises it and gets it, somebody else goes, oh, I'm gonna raise mine. Yeah. Oh, you raised yours, I'm gonna raise mine. And that's where the creep happens.
Right.
And what we as foreigners can do to do that, I don't know. Now, I say all of that to say our experience here in Mexico has been nothing but love.
Yeah.
We have never had anyone tell us, any Mexican tell us, go home.
Right.
We never have had it.
No. As a matter of fact, speaking of the same person that was here.
Yeah.
His daughter.
Oh, you're talking about today?
Yes. His daughter told.
We had a plumber come to do some work for us.
That her dad, the plumber, thinks the world of me. He thinks that I am a great person, really nice.
Really good.
But
good
this
people.
Is our experience. Anytime we come in contact with
nothing but love.
Our car mechanic treats
nothing
us,
but love. Dentists, doctors, chiropractors, vets,
my racing friends,
the lady at the grocery store, the ladies at the grocery store, the people that I've met in our local church.
Yes,
there's nothing but love.
Nothing but love. So I mean, I can't think of a better place to live.
Now, I have seen some melanin deficient persons in Mexico come to Mexico with all their rights and privileges and act a Karen fool
Yeah,
and get shown the Karen treatment on the other side.
sure do.
I've seen that. But my warning to that is don't come to Mexico being a Karen.
Right.
Act like you got some home training. Don't
Please.
act like that in their house.
Right.
You need to learn how to speak English. Excuse me, you are in Mexico.
This is my house.
Yes. You're gonna tell them that they need to learn how to speak English because I don't speak English. What?
Right.
Really? That's part of the sentiment.
Right.
On folks, that's part of the protest.
Yeah.
They were pissed. One of the things that they were mad about was you come here and you demand that we speak English. You in Mexico, speak Spanish.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any problem with that.
Right.
Yes, exactly. And I don't want you bringing me a English menu.
No.
Bring me a Spanish menu, please.
Yep.
Because I'm in your country.
Yeah.
I should be learning to speak your
Spanish.
language.
Yes, and we are learning to speak Spanish.
So any country that you're in, you need to speak the language that they speak. Don't try to have them bend to your rules and bend to your way of their culture. That's so
disrespectful.
So Trumpian. As I wear orange.
So yeah. So that's the bottom line. That's for me, if I had any say so over it, no one would be paying ridiculous rent prices.
Right.
But it's not in an expat or a immigrant or a person coming into this country. We don't have a say so.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, yes, it is a problem for Mexicans, and yes, they should be upset about it. And we stand in full solidarity with what with the pain they're experiencing or what have you. Also, I wouldn't say, however, also, y'all need to go talk to your kinfolk.
Yeah.
Go talk to Pedro and Carlos and all of them.
What have I said about the Die Hard movie? And in reference, but I'll change it.
That's a black man's problem?
No.
Is that what you said?
So
is that Samuel Jackson?
The quote Samuel said, and I quote, "That's a white man with white problems. You deal with them."
Right.
So that's a
brown man,
a Mexican landlord with Mexican landlord problems. You deal with him.
Right.
Because I can't say anything to him.
Right.
I can't say anything to her. I'm powerless in doing that.
The most that we can do as foreigners here in Mexico, the most we can do is to educate ourselves about what the local rates are.
Right.
And when we encounter local rates, offer some pushback. Hey, whoa, that's a little high. Don't you think? That's but at the end of the day, we still may not have that much ability to push back on it.
No.
But it helps to arm yourself with the information so that you know when they trying to get you.
Right.
They trying to get me.
Yeah.
And be able to know, but again, get yourself into a community, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever, to find out, hey, what's the going rate for an apartment, or I'm thinking about renting this apartment that's 200 square feet and that has 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. How much does this cost? I said square meters.
Square meters.
How much does something like that cost? Or this 180 square meter house, how much does something like that cost in this particular area? Right. So that way and can maybe hear a group of people who've got boots on ground who can tell you honestly what their experience is of the price. So you kind of get a feel for,
there's
they're trying to get
one
me.
little other key that our friend told us is that when he said that it's the finishes in-house. Please understand,
Man, listen.
there are certain things that will help. And this young lady, friend of ours, said that I work as an interior decorator.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't nothing. These finishes in here.
Cracked our face. No,
right. and said that it's nice, but it's not what makes the price of this house that much.
Right.
There's no way.
Right.
So you also have to understand that it's a thought of you don't know any better. Former real estate agent.
Yeah, right. No,
okay. You can't.
I know how to do comps.
Right.
Don't play me.
You can't sit there.
That's
and think
not what we do.
I'm going to pull the wool over your eyes and think that you don't know. But wait, hold up, and just exercise your common sense.
Yeah.
And ask around. Do your due diligence.
Yes. Ask
in the groups.
Yes.
Get information.
Yes.
So you can come back and say, whoa, time out, dude. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much.
And lastly, I'll say, when you do come to Mexico or wherever country, this generic advice applies for everywhere. You want to become a part of the community.
Yeah.
Don't just isolate yourself off by not trying to learn the language, not trying to mess with the locals. I'm not trying to deal with y'all. I'm not trying to get into. That's not the way to form community. That's not the way to become a part of their society. You decided to come there to live.
Right.
You did. They didn't ask you. You decided to come there to live.
Exactly.
So get to know the people in your neighborhood. Put yourself out there to find out what this is about, what that is about, and not with the always criticizing eye of this is messed up and y'all's messed up and this is messed up. Come on now.
No, because culturally there are things that they do differently.
They just do it differently.
They do it differently, and you have to get with the program.
Just understand that they do it differently. Now, can they borrow some items or take a page from us? Yes. Can we take many pages from them? Yes. Yes. And need to, but at the same time, you want to become a part of the place that you say that you want to make your home.
Right.
And the only way to do that is to become a part of the community, learn the language, start involving yourself with the locals, because at that point, you may find that, the price that I'm being charged is ridiculously high because I know better, because my friend, Juan Carlos told me, or I know what this person pays, and this is a Mexican, and that person pays, and my neighbor pays, and that I know what they pay. So why are you charging me twice as much?
Exactly.
And you would only know that by getting in community. So
and also, don't be a jerk about it. Just don't be knowledgeable, but do what we did. Past the previous landlord, left her on unread. Bad mistake. She went out, started looking. He didn't even know we were moving until he came back and said, okay, I thought about it. Okay, you can keep the office, blah, blah. Too bad, dude. We're out.
Thank you.
I'm
so glad we had this time together.
Bye-bye. And he's sitting there and he no.
Wait. You should have. You would have done if you'd have asked my ex-boyfriends back in the day too. Leave a sister unread, get clocked. Boop boop. No, we not doing this.
Right.
We're not doing this.
Nope.
You should have asked somebody.
Should have asked.
Don't do that.
You can't play my wife like that. You can't do that, because she will immediately go,
yeah.
You not you ignore me? Okay. Let's see what we got here.
It's like that. It's like that.
This. I like this one.
Okay. You're better. You're newer, nicer, and cheaper, and can do it longer. That sounded so bad.
Without a raise in
Without a raise, without an automatic raise?
And-
Okay,
and
put
the
a
rip-
ring on it.
Yeah. And where is he today?
Oh, gone, lonely, alone.
Alone, sitting there. I can't get anybody to rent the place. No, you can't. You can't.
Right, right, right. Because because the thing is, with the disparity in incomes, that causes us to have options.
Right.
You're not the only fish in the sea.
No,
There will be others,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
others that will take the money.
Don't play with me.
Don't play.
Don't play.
Yes. All right. Again, we are so grateful. If you have not, if you've enjoyed our conversation, do us a favor. We see y'all in
Like
the chat.
and subscribe.
Okay, and then subscribe. Yes, we are so grateful that you are a part of the La Femme family.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
That we are so thankful that you decided to join us this afternoon, and we will continue to keep y'all abreast of life abundantly.
So happy you didn't miss your live. I'm coming to Querétaro for 2 weeks.
Oh, Deborah, nice. Yes, we would love to have coffee with you. And we love it all the time. If you are looking to come to Querétaro and want to get the skinny, hey, buy us a coffee. We'd love to.
Yes.
We'd love to. We absolutely love to meet our subscribers. Matter of fact, we were in the grocery store just recently and met up with a subscriber.
Yeah. And she was, it's weird feeling. She was like starstruck. Who? I know you.
She was staring at us for a while.
She stared at me. I was like, is this woman looking at me like this?
I thought I had to open up a can of whoop. You know what you looking at? My husband. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But she's a cute lady. Cute.
Yeah.
Where was she from? I don't remember where she was from. Cute little white lady. She's cute.
Yeah.
She's as sweet as can be. And we love that. We love to meet our subscribers. So if you're coming to Querétaro, if you're coming to this amazing city that we live in, that we're calling home. Come, hit us up. Hit us up. Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
We'll be glad to sit down and chat.
Indeed. Okay, guys. Be blessed. And we will catch you guys later.
All right. Take care. Bye.